When my daughter Amanda was born, when she was 4 months old in 1994, we decided to go out. The only restaurant that we would think of going for fine dining was a small kid, the Scottish restaurant called McDonald's. We get into McDonald's, and Major D's off that night, so I had to get my own table. And my wife is sitting there looking at the menu as if it ever changes, right? And she comes back and she gives me her order, which surprised me. She said, "Ron, I'm going to have a Diet Coke and French fries." Sounded simple. So I get up from the table and I go to the counter, and she stopped me not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times to get her a lot of ketchup. Now, I don't know what it's like in your household, but when my wife tells me to do something 4 times, you kind of get a hint that failure is not an option. You with me? So I get to the counter, and I give the order to the person, to the counter girl, and I'm giving her the order, and I'm sitting at the end stressing that I needed a lot of ketchup. And her fingers bouncing around the register looking for the ketchup, and all of a sudden she exclaims, "But I don't see a button for a lot of ketchup." What? She goes, "You need to speak to the tray girl." I said, "The tray girl? Who's a tray girl?" "Well, speak to the one that handles the tray. She'll get you the ketchup." So I go to her and I said, "Ma'am, I need a lot of ketchup." So she puts about 12 packages on the tray. In normal circumstances, it would be okay, but remember, failure wasn't an option here. So I asked for a lot more. Let me ask you, do you think this would qualify as a lot of ketchup? So I go to the table and I put the ketchup down, and my wife looks at it, and she looks at it deeper, and then she stares at me. And she goes, "I thought I asked you for a lot of ketchup." And I'm going, "Well, honey, what do you think this is?" And she goes, "That's not a lot of ketchup." And I'm going, "Well, what would a lot of ketchup look like to you?" And she goes, "You know, I think we have to teach you the science of eating ketchup." I said, "What?" I mean, I know I fell asleep in high school, but I don't remember this course. So she says, "Ron, you ever take one of these little packets and try and open it? And what happens? Psst, ketchup all over the place. Dirty as your clothes, and you know I don't like dirty clothes." I said, "Okay." "Or if you can't open it, what do? You put it in your mouth and you're gnawing at it. I mean, Ron, where's that packet been? I don't know. Or if you finally get it open, do you really get a French fry in there to get the ketchup you want?" I said, "So what's the answer?" "I'll show you." She goes up to the counter, and she comes back with this ramekin. This little cup filled with a beautiful mountain of ketchup. Now, I can grant you that the amount of ketchup in this cup is a lot less than all those packages I brought her. But you see what she had now? She had the freedom, the liberty to take a single French fry, dip it into this little cup, and twirl it to her heart's content until it was just ready to eat. I mean, think about it. She asked for a lot of ketchup, and to me, a lot of ketchup meant many, many packets. The furthest thing from my mind was how she was going to twirl her French fries in a little cup. It was a classic example of giving her what she needed, which was the ketchup, but not the way she wanted it, and therefore it was the wrong product. Has that ever happened to you? Has it happened to you in serving your clients? And you want to know why the value of the deal was less? One morning, 2 prospects called me up for a motivational speaker. This is what happened. I said to the first client, "Can you describe for me what you want from a motivational speaker?" They said, "Yes, this is really bad. Our people are being ripped to shreds out there. The last thing we want is content. We want them to laugh and have a good time." Same question to the second person. Here's what they said. "Our people are being ripped to shreds. I want to give them content and arm them with the skills that's going to help them compete and win those deals." Same situation, same word, but going about it differently. Imagine if I tried to say the same thing to both clients. But just by asking that question, I qualified who really was my client. I will make some people laugh. I will definitely give them a good time because they'll walk out of here energized. But at the end of the day, I'm not all about entertainment. How many times do you hear a word over and over that your clients use, and you already put your assumptions into it and you start selling from that word?